Today's match is going to blow you guys' mind. It's action-packed. You guys don't want to miss this one. Week number 4 is here. We're taking on the 1-2 Texans. We are currently undefeated at 3-0. I've been coaching this team very well. I got the puzzle pieces. I think we're going to go the distance. Anyways, let's take a look at the game plan for our match against the Texans. Their offense rating is a 79 overall. They're ranked 26th in passing yards, 17 ranked in rushing yards. Their top offensive threat is wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins. Their offensive scheme is multiple zone run. They pass for 43% and run for 58%. Their go-to run is inside zone with a 35% usage. So our defensive game plan is going to be stuffing the inside run. As for their defense, they're coming in with a rating of 84 overall. They're 8th ranked in sacks and ranked 7th in interceptions. Their top threat defensive player is left end J.J. Watt. Their defensive scheme is the Sky's 3-4 defense. They mostly run zone blitz with a 44% rating usage. We're going to focus our offensive game plan on situation blitz counters. Here's their top 3 players: DeAndre Hopkins, J.J. Watt, and Jadeveon Clowney. Now, we are both even at 81 overall in team rating. Let's take a closer look at the Xfactor and superstar players. J.J. Watt and DeAndre Hopkins is the Xfactors for this team. J.J. Watt has the Fearmonger Xfactor ability with Edge Threat Elite ability and Strip Specialist. DeAndre Hopkins has Double Me as an Xfactor ability without Corner Elite for his ability and Red Zone Threat. Their upcoming superstars is Deshaun Watson and Jadeveon Clowney. For Deshaun Watson, he has Escape Artist and Agile Extender abilities. And Jadeveon Clowney has Tackle Supreme ability and Under Pressure. Can we stay undefeated? Can I keep J.J. Watt contained from killing us on defense? Can we work their defense? Can I contain DeAndre Hopkins from going off on offense? I'm going to let you guys enjoy today's sights and sounds of today's action-packed match, and I'll see you guys at the end of the game with the results and the recap. Other than that, enjoy today's video.
And let's take a look at the Texans offense.
And the big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation.
Here are your defensive starters for the Panthers. They were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore.
Deshaun Watson ready to lead the Texans offense, coming off a great turnaround season in 2018. Remember, 2 years ago, he missed much of his rookie campaign with a knee injury, but he led the Texans to an 11-5 record and an AFC South title last year.
It's our time. It's our time.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
Play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Now a first-time Pro Bowler from a year ago, Lamar Miller, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Watson, he lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Watson on first down. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And unfortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. 3rd and long. It's Watson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions. The Texans send the punter out as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, the Panthers come hard and they block it. It's picked up. Remember, the ball is live. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. In for the score as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And that will be incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs.
So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And they'll be led out by the NFL's most valuable player from 2015. It's Cam Newton. To make the stop, the Texans' leading tackler a year ago, Zach Cunningham. And here now the offense for Carolina. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. On the counter, it's Henry. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. On 1st down, it's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Whitney Merciless, showing no mercy, flies in for the sack. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now a 1st down throw for Newton.
Yeah, Greg Olsen's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago, 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, a 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm. So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here by Aaron Colvin. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. 20. 10. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand? Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Texans scoop it.
Here we go, DJ. Let's go.
Again, it's Watson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Watson looks to throw again. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. K-1 short, able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, 3rd and goal now from the 12. From the gun, here's Watson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side. Newton on first down. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally down at the 32-yard line. On 2nd and 9. Newton complete to Bryant. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. A shotgun snap for Newton. And he will score. Touchdown, Panthers. Cam Newton, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Now it's Newton. He can run for it, and he will. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Texans scoop it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but now it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Scarlett. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in. A shotgun snap for Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short, able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
It's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now it's Watson. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. Deshaun Watson and the Texans offense trot back out there. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Got an open man, it's QT. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
As far as tight ends go, this guy's not a speed burner. He's much more of an inline blocking type of a tight end. But how about this last play?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Kiki QT. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes.
Wow, I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return. Watson now to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So now Newton and the Panthers down 28-21, 1:09 to play. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. He's back to throw. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a 1st. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Newton.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Rolling to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. He'll run it. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Hoping to keep this OT drive alive. Now they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. From the gun, here's Newton. And he finds a man. It's Olsen. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. An absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, tried to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Carolina, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Houston, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Bruh, tell me why Cam Newton pulling the Superman clutch once again. Drove downfield, tied it up, going overtime, defense gets a stop, and then once again he drives downfield and seals the deal. I mean, check out the stats. 34 for 40. Dude has been accurate. Even though he did throw 1 interception, I mean, he made up for it. 379 passing yards, 85% completion. I mean, that's crazy. Almost had 100 yards rushing on 9 attempts. As for Derrick Henry, he's still struggling. We give him the ball a lot. He still doesn't perform as well, which is okay. I mean, this is a young Derrick Henry, that is. DJ Moore stepped up this game for us, as well for Chris Hogan. DJ Moore with 9 receptions for 87 total yards, and Chris Hogan with 8 receptions, 85 total yards. And then we fed Des Bryant. He wanted the ball more heading into this game. He was kind of frustrated from last match because he was pretty much locked up. So he got 7 receptions for 123 total yards. And then, of course, Greg Olsen is still chipping in when he can, but he did get us 1 touchdown. As for our defense, once again, holding it down. This time, Kawan Short stepped up, had a big day with 10 total tackles. As well for Shaq Thompson, he done decently with 9 tackles. Then, of course, Luke Kuechly, even though he had 3 solo tackles, of course, he was in there with assistance making the tackles. I'm just stunned that we was able to contain, J.J. Watt from really dominating. I mean, he made a few plays as well for DeAndre Hopkins, and then stuffing the run game. So we forced Deshaun Watson trying to beat us. I mean, they done pretty good at the beginning of the game. They made plays. They made momentum shifting plays, but we stayed strong. Our defense done some major work. And then, of course, Cam Newton, man. I mean, once he gets the Xfactor going and activated, I mean, he's tough to stop. You got to see it for yourself. So we do get to upgrade him finally. Took a while to get enough XP to get him an attribute point. And, of course, we're catering it to the strong arm, which is based off our scheme, and you guys are going to see what he ends up getting here, which boosts him up to an 85 overall, and that's a big plus for us. So, taking a look at the other players that we are able to upgrade, DJ Moore, and now we're rookie quarterback Will Greer out of West Virginia. So we're making great strides for this team, but I think what comes down to it is, the game planning for first off. I mean, game planning has really been the cornerstone for our team to play very well. I would have never thought that we'd be undefeated at this point. The goal for the season was just trying to at least win 7 games because, we have a bunch of young players, a few veterans, but as a team overall, for a rebuild team that is, getting the right puzzle pieces to especially help out this team, I'm kind of shocked that we're at the point of being undefeated. I would never thought it. But we completed our game day goals, and, we got Des Bryant happy, we connected with him, and of course contained Hopkins and J.J. Watt. So our next match is going to be up against Jacksonville Jaguars. Hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. I mean, I'm enjoying the simulation coach mode series in Madden 20 where, the gameplay is really solid, presentation is solid, and just an overall hidden gem game. Anyways, let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Of course, feedback is always welcome. Am I making the right choices, the right moves, and all that? Please let me know down below. Other than that, I'll see you guys in next week's matchup as we end up having Cam Newton and Kawan Short for the players of week number 4, and take a look on the AFC side. Look at Tom Brady dominating and Ryan Shazier. It's kind of crazy to see those two up there. Till next time, I'll see you guys later, and I'm out. Peace.